So hopefully we can fully reopen this with the new loads in the next 2 to 3 days, no, after we do testing. No? So ito yung binigin ko kay Yusek Lara na, number one, we don't take chances with safety. No, we don't take chances. So we have to test, we have to make sure na talagang kaya, and that's the only time that we make the decision to fully reopen. Pero ngayon, ano yan, may traffic management pa rin dyan, dahan-dahan, pa isa-isa. Pero hopefully in 3 days, bukas na. So, we will give you regular updates on this, no? Pero ito lang masasabi ko. Pwede pa lang gawin itong mga ganito. Pwede pa lang mabilis, pwede pa lang maayos, basta lang tama yung gagawin. At hindi shortcut at hindi pinagkakakitaan lang. Okay? Yun ang aming mensahe. At ito, hopefully, gagawin na nating new normal dito sa DPWH. It's going to take time, but paulit-ulit ang presidente, kailangan tama na yung dating gawi. Alam nyo naman kung ano yung dating gawi. Dating gawi, mabagal na, substandard pa, nagnanakaw pa. Okay? Yun ang dating gawi. Sabi ni Pangulo, tama na yan, enough is enough, mag-new normal na tayo dito. And that is what we are trying to institute here. It's going to take time, but from what we have seen in the response sa mga disasters, yung bilis ng response, bilis ng pagpapagawa, yung quality ng pagpapagawa, if you look at Cebu, Masbate, and later on, you will see in other areas as well, here in Biliran, in Davao, in Bukidnon, later on, pagka nagsimula na tayo ng trabaho doon, hopefully that will be the new normal, no, in DPWH. But it will take time. So with that, I think that's it for now, for this week. So in the coming weeks, marami pa kaming mga pupuntahan na mga areas at para lang i-address to maraming mga problema dito. But just on bridges, I've already instructed our new Undersecretary to do a complete inventory and a check of all critical bridges nationwide. No, and that's what they're doing now. No? So, that's it. So, anything else? Okay.
We will now
we'll entertain questions. Thank you. Thank you, Yusek Lara, Yusek Ato, and Yusek Rico.
Yes, please introduce yourself first before you ask.
Sir, dun muna tayo sa fire. Can we now, with the evidence or with the initial reports that we have, can we now rule out that the fire was an accident and there is no intent to affect any investigation into any infrastructure projects?
Hindi pa final yung investigation results. So, right now, kami, sabi ko nga sa inyo, mas suspicioso pa kaming dalawa ni General Bisnar kaysa siguro sa inyo. So, right now, we will take the facts as they are today, but the investigation is still ongoing. So, we're working with the BFP to still investigate. And once there is a final report, then that's the only time we will rule out anything.
So hindi pa po nai-rule out na. But sir, are you aware of certain reports that yun pong building or 4B, siguro yung building, pinag-opisinahan ng asawa ng isa dun sa dalawang assistant engineers?
Asawa ni Bryce Hernandez.
Opisina yata doon.
I will have to ask the Undersecretary for
Operations.
Operations.
Sir, na history yung building na it might have been used by an associate or any...
You're talking about the 4B building, not the BRS building.
Kasi hindi mali yung information na 4B ang nasunog di ba? So walang issue doon, sir. 4B siya nag-opisina and it's not burned down, di ba?
4B definitely not. I mean, as you can see, as you saw in the video, 4B is safe and intact. As to kung sino nag-opisina doon na asawa ni ganito, ni ganyan, we will find out. We will have to check.
Sir, last na lang.
But 4B, again,
safe.
4B is safe. You can go there if you want. It's safe.
Sir, konti na lang. Si OIC, sir, nag-run down siya ng mga documents and medyo na-pick lang yung sa curiosity ko. may na-mention ka, sir, ma'am, na procurement documents? Paano yung nature na?
Actually, this was tabulated, but from what I would believe na procurement documents is procurement documents of that office. So it would be possibly goods, the equipment they use, if they procured consulting service for some studies, but it's their procurement documents.
Yeah, it's procurement of the Bureau of Research Standards. If they buy equipment, for example, if they buy or if they hire consultants, that's the procurement there. It's not procurement ni Alcantara dun sa first DEO Bulacan.
Sir, clarify ko lang din. Kasi we mentioned na walang crucial flood control documents nga for the investigation. Pero di ba po, 10 years na infrastructure projects yung probe natin. Wala rin po bang affected na?
Well, yung ongoing investigation, wala. No? Pero if you talk about infrastructure in general, well, that's the building is it's the Bureau of Research Standards. They're the ones that, put out the standards. So, if we're going to compare standards nung pagkagawa versus yung required standards, then may mga dokumento doon. But, as Yusek Lara said earlier, all of this have been backed up naman. So, but meaning, yung ebidensya para ipakulong natin yung mga loko-loko dito, wala doon sa building na yun.
Sir?
Go ahead.
Sir, si Gwen from PCIJ. Sir, dun sa Buda Road, ano po yung problema? Yung daan o yung slope protection or parehas?
Hindi pa natin masasabi. That's why we have to investigate it. What we know as fact today is the slope protection gave way because of the landslide. Bumigay hindi niya na-protect yung slope. At dahil doon, nakita nyo naman, gumuho yung ilalim ng kalye, nakapatong yung kalye dito, gumuho ito, nadamay na yung buong kalye. So we have to find out. No, we have to find out. It will be. I don't think it will take that long, to find out. Maybe within. Yeah, we just need the initial data, and then we'll make a report.
Sir, nalaman niyo na kung sino yung contractor and yung DEO or even RO that is yung may jurisdiction dun sa project na yun?
I think it's sorry. Second, no? So we are, if you don't mind, we will give the data. We're still investigating it, and we'll give you the data later on.
Sir, last na on the topic of yung mga MOA and all. Sir, I understand that cooperation among agencies between DPWH and other agencies is relevant. It's important so we can take back the ill-gotten resources back to the treasury. But I can't help but go back to the budget, which is, I guess, the original culprit, kasi that's the one that allowed for hundreds of billions of funds na mapunta sa mga proyekto na to. Sir, based on our analysis, it's actually DPWH that got the lion's share of unprogrammed appropriations ever since 2023. So I'm talking about 392 billion out of the trillion that the DBM released. Sir, are you also tracking kung unang-una, sino ba yung who has a say on what kinds of projects are funded by UA? So yun po muna siguro.
Yes, first of all, we are. But we are doing this right now in coordination with the ICI. And you will have to... I hate doing this because you know how open I am to all of you. But because there is an ongoing investigation with the ICI, all I can tell you is, yes, we are looking at it, and we are working with the ICI as we investigate. What happened, what projects, etc.
Sir, last.
Yeah, go. No, go.
What's your take on UAs?
What's my take on UAs? Okay. First of all, I think in 2025, walang UA. So I have, right
Sir,
now, I have no...
58 billion.
Yes, for foreign assisted only. No, I think, no? So, I've been in government for quite a while. No, I've worked on the budget, both on the legislative side and the executive side. So, the unprogrammed appropriations are really, there is a purpose for that. And typically, the purpose for that is, number one, for things that you did not plan for, na hindi mo pinlano, na pwedeng mangyari. For example, kalamidad. Usually, nag-aggregate ng unprogrammed amounts for calamity. Kasi hindi natin alam, baka tamaan tayo ng dobling bagyo in 1 year, kailangan ng unprogrammed. No? Kasi hindi nga yun na plano. Minsan, kailangan din pagkulang yung program amounts for foreign-assisted projects. And that's why I think in 2025, merong amounts for foreign-assisted projects because foreign-assisted projects were not given sufficient funding in the previous years. So to me, okay yon. Ang hindi okay for me is gagawan mong lalagyanan ang UA para sa mga proyekto na ang sole purpose lang is pagkakitaan.
Thank you, Secretary.
Yun, maling-mali yun. But it will have to go through investigation.
Next,
Thank you.
next question is from Diane of Inquirer.
Good morning po, sir. You mentioned earlier that the Bukidnon-Davao Road, may itatayong detour road. You mentioned that this will be built as soon as possible. Do you have a specific timeline kaya nasisimulan at kailan to matatapos po?
Hindi pa kami, sorry I know, importante yung timeline, no, lalo na para sa akin. No, pero as of now, hindi pa kami makapagsabi ng timeline kasi kailangan muna nating aralin yung galaw nung lupa nung bundok. Yun ang pinaka-importante. Kasi yun ang naging cause nung pagguho. So, kailangan muna maintindihan natin yun. And that, unfortunately, will take some study. No? So, we will give you a more, a clearer timeline once we have done that. Okay?
Thank you. Our
Another-
next...
Sorry. In relation po dun sa MOA with PCC, you've mentioned that this will, the MOA will ensure competitive bidding process. May napansin po ba yung DPWH or any agencies na may mga nagsasadyang matalo sa mga bidding process?
Opo. Yun naman po kahit naman po sa Blue Ribbon, yun ang lumabas, no? Na meron ng mananalo at merong sadyang natatalo. No? At yung sadyang natatalo, according to the testimonies, binibigyan din ng porsyento yon para magpatalo. So, yan ang naging basehan nga nung pag-file natin under the lead of Undersecretary Bernabe nung mga bid rigging cases. Yun yung kaso na yun. Na nagkuntsabahan yung mga bidder at yung back para siguraduhin may manalo at yung mga matalo, happy pa rin din sila. Yun ang kwento doon. So, and that will really be the basis for the fines that will be imposed under the PCC law, the Philippine Competition Law.
Next question is from Pat Santos.
Last question na, sorry. Pasensya na po because we have a mass, bakit kayo natawa? Nagsisimba ako. Kailangan naming mabindisyonan. So, anyway, yes sir, last question.
Sir, kanina nag-MOA signing tayo sa PCC. Yung balik tayo sa Bids and Awards Committee ng internal, may participation ba yun sa kalokohan ng mga pastan?
Mayroon, syempre. Hindi naman makakalusot yun kung walang participation ng back.
Kasama ba yun sa...
Kasama sila sa kaso.
Yun lang, sir.
Kasama sila sa kaso. Yes, last question.
Sir, so just as an assurance to the public, where do we keep ba talaga yung mga flood control documents? Because
right now, we have gotten them already
all?
from... all na ba? Parang all na ba? Yes, so we have gotten all from 2022 to 2025, and we are now receiving earlier years. But they are now all here in the central office, protected here.
sabihin, sir, even if you burn down the whole building, wala namang magiging effect yun, di ba?
Saan? Itong building ito?
I mean, no, not this building. The BRS, sir, the BRS.
Yeah, well, based on the facts that we have now, in the inventory of documents, yes, walang epekto dun sa ongoing investigation. For now, hindi natin alam. Diba? Pero, again, ang ating comfort ay digitally backed up lahat ng dokumento sa BRS. Okay? Thank you very much.
Check last po. Nabanggit po
Last
kasi may coordination meeting daw yesterday with ICI and DOJ. Kasama ba kayo dun, Sec? And can you explain? Ano yung ibang napag-usapan?
Hintayin nyo na lang yung resulta ng coordination meeting. Yes, I can confirm there was a coordination meeting, but I was not there. Undersecretary Turgano and I think Undersecretary Bisnar was there. But hintayin nyo na lang. We'll see you in the next few days.
Thank you,
Again.
everyone.
Thank you.